Amirtha Devi Bishnoi, a soldier of nature. Trees play a key role in supporting life on earth. They are also important to us as a food and water. They give oxygen for us to breathe and absorb the carbon dioxide that we exhale. They are also the direct sources of food for many animals. Since time immemorial, human beings have cutting down trees on daily basis. So as to derive a wide range of products which are essential for survival, such as wood, paper, rubber, and medicine. As the human's population and needed for these products have increased over time, more and more trees have been cut down. Throughout history, we have seen many heroes who protested against this grave harm to nature. Amirtha Devi Bishnoi was one such hero. Amirtha Devi belonged to the Bishnoi community, a group of people who strongly believe in protecting the environment. Many of them even dedicated their lives to safeguard trees, especially the Kejri trees. Kejri trees were especially abundant in the village of Kejri, which derived its name from the trees. Inhabited by the Bishnoi, Kejri was famous for its greenery and pride of being in the midst of desert region. In 1730, the Maharaja of Jodhpur intended to build a palace and needed a lot of wood for the purpose. He sent his men to rich green forests near Kejri and fell trees and gather wood. Amirtha Devi, a resident of the village and the mother of 3 daughters, was deeply concerned to learn this. Rushed to talk the soldiers as they approached a royal Bishnoi. She strongly opposed to felling trees. Amirtha Devi confronted the soldiers, notwithstanding the fact that carried axes, while she herself was unharmed. Bold and fearless, she told have to cut throughout her to harm a tree. The resolute men were not ready to listen to Amirtha Devi's pleas. Unable to protect the trees in any more way, she ran to the first tree that the soldiers aimed and stood there with the arms and around the trunk, leaving the soldiers with no choice but to cut throughout her to get these trees. Amirtha Devi uttered these words to the soldiers: "A chopped head is cheaper than a felled tree." As she kept hugging the tree tightly, the unmovable soldier laid the axe on her and she died on the spot. Amirtha Devi's sacrifice was just beginning. A revolution followed as people from 83 surrounding villages rushed to prevent the men from felling trees. Infuriated by what the soldiers had done and inspired by Amirtha Devi's courage, the villagers decided to follow her example. Each of the protesters stood in the forest and hugging a tree as the merciless soldiers killed one after another. Amirtha Devi's young daughter were also part of the movement, undoubted by the mother's horrible killing. They too offered their lives to save the tree. By the end, as many as 363 villagers were brutally murdered. When the Maharaja heard this news, he was appalled by the situation and ashamed of what his soldiers had done. He visited the village and applauded for the inhumanity shown by his men and immediately issued an order to stop felling of trees. He in fact was moved to see the sacrifice and dedication of the villagers. Then he passed a law which said that no trees could ever be cut again in the bishnoi villages, and evenly prohibited in the hunting of wildlife in the area. It is said that the law is followed to this every day. To honor the memory of villagers who lost their lives, Khejuri trees were planted in the area, and the place is famous even today for its lush greenery and rich wildlife. Amirtha Devi's devotion to nature and her strong protest to achieve a goal became an inspiration for nature lovers all over India. About 240 years later, in 1973, a similarly movement against the ruthless destruction of forests was launched. This movement was also known as Chikpo movement and derived its name from the practice of protest embarrassing trees to part of the country to stop the freeing cut. The success of achieved by the protest to lead a protest in the other part of the country. Supporting of Chikpo movement stopped the felling of trees in number of regions. If we want to improve our present day life and save our planet for the future, conceiving trees is must. Let's join hands to make sure that we achieve this goal.